If stress keeps triggering relapses back to porn use, it's not because you don't have enough willpower. It's because you're trying to manage stress instead of resolving it. I'm going to give you 3 tools that you can use today to stop stress from turning into urges so you don't have to keep battling them anymore. Tool number 1 is recognizing what stress actually turns into. As a licensed therapist, I've worked with tons of men over the past 15 years, and they tell me that stress is one of their biggest triggers. It causes them to turn back to porn. But here's what I've learned. Stress itself isn't the enemy. Everybody experiences stress. But the real problem is what happens when stress doesn't get resolved. Because when you ignore it or push through it, it doesn't just sit there, it changes form. And it turns into thoughts and feelings that start to weigh on you. For most men, stress turns into self-criticism and say something like, I'm failing, or I'm not good enough, fear of inadequacy. This sense of you're not going to be able to keep up, or you're going to get found out if somebody really knew who you were. Shame says, well, something's wrong with me, or I'm broken. Maybe you have resentment and you feel like this isn't fair, or nobody appreciates what I do. Or maybe it turns into feelings of being unseen, like no matter how hard you're trying, it doesn't matter, it's not enough. Or loneliness. I'm alone, nobody understands me. These are the kinds of feelings that turn into urges. Porn doesn't respond to stress, porn responds to these things. When these thoughts stay active in your mind and they're unresolved, porn becomes a coping mechanism to escape them. This is where most advice misses the mark completely. Stress management tools, while yes, they can be helpful, they only teach you how to calm down after stress hits. Breathing, walking, distracting yourself. But calming down does not remove self-criticism and shame, loneliness. If these things don't get addressed, they stack, and that's when urges surface. Urges don't come out of nowhere. They come from unresolved thoughts and feelings that have been sitting there with nowhere to go. The most important first step that you can take is identifying what stress is turning into, because those thoughts and feelings are the roots of your urges. And that's exactly what tool number 2 helps you to address, which is to challenge the story, not the stress. Once you know what stress is turning into, you can then actually resolve it. For example, imagine you're having a tense moment with your wife. Maybe she gets quiet or she brings up the past, and you can feel her disappointment. Inside, you feel your chest starting to get tight, and your mind goes to that same old thought, I've failed again. Notice that that is self-criticism. You then bottle it up because you don't want to make things worse, and that creates isolation. Later on that night, you're alone and the urge hits. Here's what actually happened. Your mind turned her silence and sadness into a story about yourself. You say, I always mess this up. I'm not enough. I'll never get this right. The story is what crushes you, not the conversation itself. Seeing your wife hurt, yes, that's painful, but what turns the moment into an urge for pornography is the meaning that your mind attaches to it, the belief that you're a failure or a bad husband. This is where you challenge the story so it doesn't crush you. Internally, it might sound something like this. Yes, my wife is hurting, and that matters, but this is one moment and not our entire relationship. Or you might say, yes, turning to porn hurt her, and that was a bad decision, but it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It means I just need better tools. When you can internalize this, something inside changes, and self-criticism eases, because the pressure doesn't stack anymore. Not because the situation magically got better, but because the story no longer turns into an urge that you have to resist. Yes, you still need to work through things with your wife, but later that night, nothing's crushing you from the inside because you've resolved the weight instead of carrying it by yourself. Tool number 3 is making the pressure specific. For example, I worked with a man who described a typical workday where he always felt like he was running behind. There was an email that he had been avoiding, a deadline that got moved up, a mistake that he noticed too late. Nothing catastrophic, but just enough to create some pressure for him. As the day went on, his body started to feel the pressure. His jaw would tense up, his chest would feel heavy, and he would just push through it and ignore it. And by mid-afternoon, the pressure wasn't about the email anymore. it became about his worth in his mind. He started to interpret falling behind as proof that he wasn't enough. He would say, I'm screwing this up, I'm not cut out for this, I'm an imposter. And instead of focusing on one thing that needed his attention, he got buried underneath the shame and inadequacy, and this pattern is what led to relapses again and again. So we changed one thing. The next time this happened, he stopped mid-afternoon, and he forced the pressure to become something specific. Internally, it sounded like this. What's the one thing that actually needs my attention right now? I'm not a bad person. I just need to take the next step. Immediately, the pressure shifted from some vague sense of I'm a failure into something specific and concrete, which was I need to respond to this email. Or I need to finish up the last 5 slides of this presentation. It's the same workload, but the pressure had somewhere to go. By the time he finished work, yes, he was tired, but his mind wasn't spinning anymore. And when he got home, porn didn't feel like the escape that it usually did. Not because he used willpower, but because the pressure never piled up into something that needed to be shut off. This is why stress management can help, again, temporarily, but it does not prevent urges. It lowers the weight for a moment, but it doesn't change how you process what's underneath the stress. That's why men say, I know the tools, but I keep messing up anyway. There must be something wrong with me. There isn't anything wrong with you. This doesn't mean you have to struggle with porn for the rest of your life. You've just been giving yourself temporary relief when really the solution that you need is to resolve the underlying issue. It's to resolve the root cause. Keep in mind that the goal is not to eliminate stress. It's impossible. Life guarantees it. The goal is to make sure that stress has somewhere to go. Urges don't fade because you resist them more effectively. They go away when the underlying pain is gone. So if stress used to mean I'm failing and now it doesn't, that same stressful moment still happens, but it doesn't have the same weight to it. Let's take another example. If stress used to mean I'm alone and I'm unlovable, but you learn the skill of how to create connection, then porn stops having any power at all, not because you're fighting it better, but because you don't need it anymore. So here's something you can do immediately. The next time you start to feel stress building, you feel this pressure again, whether it's from a conflict in your marriage, a mistake that you made, a tough interaction with somebody, just pause and ask yourself, what's getting stirred up right now? Is it shame, self-criticism, fear, isolation? Don't suppress it, just name it. That's how you start to give stress somewhere to go. Then you can work through it by challenging the story and making that pressure specific. When you do that, you can get ahead of the urge before it has any power at all. That's how you can end the cycle for porn use. That's how you can actually find freedom from porn instead of just managing urges better. Porn doesn't stop being tempting because life gets easier. It stops being tempting when pressure doesn't overwhelm you, and self-criticism doesn't hijack your brain, and isolation no longer traps you. The goal is not to live a stress-free life. It's to learn how to identify and resolve what stress turns into, and then the weight goes away. And when that weight is gone, you naturally lose interest in escaping with pornography. That's what true freedom actually is, and it's possible by addressing things on the underlying level like we've talked about today.